look at that delicate and moist chocolate cake. It's easier to make than you might expect. Hello, sweet tooths. Today we're making a sophisticated yet easy to make chocolate cake. A quick pause before we start with this amazing recipe. If you're a cooking lover and you think breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and also dinner, lunch, and every meal, all of them. So, I invite you to join my free WhatsApp community where I'll start sharing special tips, exclusive recipes, my daily life, live classes, and much more. I'll leave the link in the video description. For the cake base, we put 4 large eggs, size L, in a large bowl, along with 130 grams of sugar, which is about 3/5 of a cup, and we beat this at full speed. You can do it with a fork or a whisk, but if you have an electric mixer like I do, it's much better because you'll finish faster. We're going to leave it this foamy and light. We add a splash of vanilla essence, extract or flavoring 100 milliliters or half a cup of oil, and 300 milliliters or 1.5 cups of milk, which I have right here. And again, we're going to mix well. Since we have the beaters here, let's use them and finish in just a few seconds. We give it a good mix and it's done in a flash. Once it's mixed, we add flour, specifically 2 cups. And always through a strainer or sieve, so the grain is fine and we don't get lumps. That way, the texture will be smoother. We also add 2 tablespoons of baking powder, about 18 grams, and 4 tablespoons of pure cocoa powder. There it is. I also do this through the strainer for the same reason as before, so it ends up as a fine powder and no lumps are formed. And mix all of this together, first with the machine without turning it on so the flour doesn't fly everywhere, and once it's moistened, you turn it on. This mixes in a minute, turning into this wonderful chocolate cream. Look at this amazing result I've got here. A baking pan lined with parchment paper measures 20 by 20 centimeters, and if you don't have this kind of paper, you can use butter, which also works. Pour the cream inside, and that's it. We're going to put this in the oven, which I have preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is about 355 Fahrenheit. We set the heat to both top and bottom, and if possible, without the fan. After about 40 to 45 minutes, it will be ready. If you want to check, just stick a toothpick in the center, it should come out clean. If not, leave it in a little longer. As soon as it comes out, we place some kitchen paper or absorbent paper on top and press down a little so it stays flat. As it cools, we prepare the simple topping. Take 250 milliliters, 1 1/4 cups of milk and dissolve it in the mixture. A tablespoon of agar-agar, which is a thickener. If you don't have it nearby, you can add a little gelatin and it also works. You take it off the heat once it's nice and hot and pour the milk over the chopped chocolate. Specifically 1 1/4 bars. Once you have it, you start stirring it until it becomes a completely smooth liquid. A little chocolate sauce that we make shiny with a spoonful of butter. Thanks to the heat it has, the chocolate is going to melt. Just a moment and you'll have this fantasy of mine. What do I do with it? Well, take it to the cake, which should already be warm. We put the cream on top, move the mold a little so it spreads out and forms an even layer. And once everything is warm, we can put it in the fridge or refrigerator. Half an hour would be enough, but I always recommend at least 1 hour so the texture is perfect. Want to prepare it a day ahead? It turns out great that way too. And now all that's left is to unmold and enjoy. So remove the ring or side of your mold, take off that paper and trim the edge if you want a more elegant finish. Now your cake will be ready to cut however you like. I'm going to make small portions to share just by cutting lengthwise and then in the opposite direction. Now you have it divided into truly amazing little cakes. Look at how amazing it looks when you cut it. And just by gently pressing with the knife, it breaks apart into one piece, then another and another. Don't tell me you don't feel like sinking your teeth into this real marvel. Honestly, just with the weight of the fork, it already starts breaking off piece by piece. What creaminess, what a marvel. It's finger-licking good, delicious, pure chocolate flavor, delicate and smooth. It has it all.